I guess we are going to be comparing two King of Tones.
Yeah, it's a little self-indulgent, but let us say right now, we did not buy them off Reverb secondhand. We bought them from Analogman, so we did not pay the outrageous prices.
And we've had these King of Tones for years now.
I've had mine for at least 5 years.
And I got mine the year after years, so mine's probably right around 5 years also.
Yeah.
So it's not like we've been, paying $800 for them on Reverb or whatever.
Yeah, but I got the standard. You got the hot on both sides.
Yeah.
And we've never done a side-by-side, like, truly on what we like the most.
Nope. So I'm very curious to see what these sound like. I'm sure you guys are kind of curious. Maybe you're on the King of Tone list and about to come up.
That's what I was going to say.
And trying to figure out, do you want hot or do you want not?
Yeah. Are you hot? When you're hot, you're hot. And when you're not, you're not.
That's right. Is it hot or not? So we'll be back with these two King of Tones. We'll get things situated, play them side by side. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back here with you. We've got our two King of Tones all set up. We've got the white King of Tone, Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
I wanted something different,
So he's got the standard King of Tone here on this left side. We've got the hot version over here in the purple.
And just to let you know, these are both standard. These are both hot.
Yes.
Both channels. So.
Yes. And we've got them set up as the standard configuration with the overdrive on the right channel and the boost on the left channel.
Yep.
So we've got them up on this loop or bypass loop switcher. So whenever we're on A, the red light, it will be this side. Whenever B, blue light, and I'll notate it up here in the video too, will be on this side. Got the bypass switch here. Let's hear our bypass sound first, and then we'll move from right to left. So that's just the boost side there. What did you hear?
More compression.
Yep.
Seemed more open, obviously less gain. And that's kind of the whole point of the hot mod is it's about 25% more gain.
Yep.
So, I mean, all things considered, I think we should probably turn the gain down.
Yep.
No, leave that one where it is.
Okay. Try to match up a little bit.
Try to match up a little bit.
Let's do that. We'll start here on this side. There's something different about them.
I think there's more presence in this.
Okay.
Bring up the tone in that one. And maybe just the drive a little bit more.
Yeah, I brought it up just a hair too.
Okay.
Let's try it again. Start at A again. pretty close.
Yeah. Still, this has got a bit more compression, but really they're almost identical.
Yeah, they're very, very close. The EQs seem to be right on the mark.
Right.
So let's go ahead and move to the overdrive side.
All right. This is a hillbilly demo, people.
That's
so,
right.
You know.
All right. Should we start with the drive a little bit lower on the hot side?
Maybe.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's give it a shot, and we'll start on the hot side, A.
I feel like the volume's down.
Me too.
Oh, it's over here.
So yeah, that still is slightly more compressed.
That has a little bit more boom in the low mids, I feel like.
Yeah, me too.
I
do have to bump up the tone slightly on both of these. There's a presence knob on the inside of King of Tones. And maybe this presence knob needs turned up a hair to correct that.
Right.
However, it might be the fact of just the more compression, the little bit more gain. Makes it a little more boomier, a little more bassier, and you've actually got to compensate with the tones to even.
You got it backwards.
I'm sorry, backwards. This has got more bottom end, where the higher gain's got a little more treble to it.
Because of that compression.
Yeah, because of the compression. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to roll the volume back on the neck pickup.
Yeah.
See how they clean up. So I'm going to start full.
Yep. Yeah, so much more the same. I thought they both reacted pretty well. I thought this stayed more open sounding and less compressed, even when you rolled down the volume.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they both cleaned up really well.
Yeah, they did.
I think I prefer the overdrive side of this one slightly more than this. We are normally people who like more of an open sound and not as compressed. But for the overdrive portion, I do think I'm liking that more.
I think that's in the Fender amp.
Yeah.
I think that's why you like it, because it's pretty scooped, that Fender amp.
We forgot to mention, we're playing through. Did we mention that we were playing through a Fender?
Yeah,
Deluxe?
no, I don't think we did.
We're playing through a 65 Deluxe Reverb reissue with the ET65 in it. And we've just got these two pedals going.
Yeah.
That's a 58 reissue, Les Paul all stock from there. So, but anyway, I think you're right. It might be the fact of playing through that Deluxe.
What I'm going to do is on the amp, actually, I'm going to turn, because I don't know if a lot of you players do this, but I noticed that sometimes the bass can get boomy on the Deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn the bass off, like all the way down.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep the treble at 5 and just see how the pedals interact.
Okay.
I'm just curious how the boominess works. So,
We'll start at A.
okay. We turn on the bypass.
Yeah. still got a lot more bottom end.
Yep.
It might sound thin to you guys listening to that, and it might sound pretty bright, but for the mix, sometimes that's exactly what you need.
I was about to say, King of Tone's known for being a great live pedal.
Yeah.
You know, taking it out and actually testing it out on the road or whatever. So, just for fun, we need to stack them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We need to stack them. So I'm going to be curious about this, too. So let's give this a shot here, and we'll go from there. We'll start at A again, hot side. Yeah, they're pretty dang close. So that ends up putting us with the gain on these, you wouldn't believe it, about 25% higher than the hot side.
Isn't that crazy?
Let's turn up the gain on both of them maximum.
Okay.
And then I want to see what we can get out of both of them. See if it's that much drastic on the high end of things.
Okay.
So let's get all those rocking all the way up.
As the movie says, it might get loud.
It might get loud. So we'll start on A here, and you're unbypassed. Yeah, so that side's got more compression, and the more you dial up that gain, it does add some more bottom end to that thing.
Yep.
Quite a bit more.
Yeah.
I do think I like the overdrive side of the hot a little bit better.
I think I prefer
I said
this
that earlier.
I prefer this boost. I prefer this drive. So how King of Tone or Analog Mike recommends it is hot on the drive side.
Is that what he says?
And standard on the boost. And I think he's right. I think that is the best sound.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It does leave you with a boost that's a little more like bigger.
Right.
Like it makes your boost a little bit bigger, where this one, the boost on the hot side would be like, it's a little brighter, it's a little spikier. Maybe there's a little more mid-range to it, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you got just the standard boost on the left side, it is a lot fatter kind of sounding.
Yeah, the thing is, if you do, so in my opinion, if you have the hot side on the distortion side, the overdrive side, you've got more tonal variance.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because this is a little boomier just across the board, right?
Yeah.
And this has got more compression. I think if you had that more compression on the drive, which I prefer,
Mm-hmm.
and the boost with that boominess, I think it'll complement itself a little better.
It's more open too then.
Yeah. So I I think how he recommends it is probably the best way to go. You know, when he has had that option first come out, it was kind of one of those things where I was like, yeah, but do I really want the hot option?
Yeah.
And like, that's why I did all standard, because I was like, no, I just want, you know, kind of run of the mill King of Tone. But then hearing these two side by side, like, I think I would rather have it.
Hot side on the right and standard on the left.
Yeah, I think I'd want it exactly how he said.
Yeah, I think that's great. Once you start maxing up the overdrive and the gain on both of them, especially when they were stacked, there was not a huge amount of gain difference. When he says 25%, I think that's in the knob most of the time, but when you get to maximum...
Yeah, 10 to 3.
Yeah.
Maybe 9 to 3.
Yeah.
You're going to hear that. But, I mean...
Yeah.
And you know what? We could be wrong. They could hear this recording and be like, you know what?
Well, it's just in the room. We're just talking about what we hear in the room and what we feel in the room.
Under the fingers, though, I will say this feels more user-friendly. Under the fingers.
Player-friendly.
Player-friendly. And this feels like it's got more heft to the note. So, like, kind of like what I was saying, I feel like for solos, that boost would be phenomenal. But for drive sounds, as your drive... I would want that.
I always prefer to be higher on the treble side than the bass side too.
Yeah, you can always tone it out. So.
Yeah, if you roll down your volume, roll down your tone a little bit, you can get some of that out. But you're never going to get that treble back.
Right.
That's why I kind of prefer, especially for your drive sound. I really like that. If you're going to run them opposite,
yeah, maybe hot and then regular.
Yeah, if your main idea is to boost into the overdrive, I would probably, whatever side you get the overdrive on, if you're going to do boost and overdrive, I think the overdrive side should be hot probably, and the boost side should be standard.
So here's the problem. What if you don't know if you want the boost before or after?
Well, then I think you use pedals that you have to mimic a boost before or after and see which one you like better.
But if you're the one picking it out and you don't know what, and you don't have another pedal to do that,
well, then you have to ask yourself, I think the question then is, do you want to have the option of having an overdrive and then you boost to get more overdrive in there? Or do you want an overdrive and a solo volume jump to get you out of the mix? I think that's how you do it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's other reasons to use them, but that's like the main two reasons of why you would put one, do you want a volume increase or do you want a gain increase?
I think a lot of it is where you have it in your chain. Because if this is near the beginning, you're probably going to want the drive
some people.
In the front.
Some people.
I'm sorry, at the end, and the boost in the front.
Yeah.
Whereas if you want the solo boost and have it at the end, typically you want the boost at the end.
I like the idea of having this towards the end of my chain with the boost on the left, drive on the right.
Yeah, me too.
And we didn't mess with the distortion side of things. People do use the distortion ones, but I think most people are using a boost and an overdrive together.
Right.
They stack so well together.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're great. So
great pedal.
This is one of those pedals that like you will keep for a lifetime. I don't plan on getting rid of mine.
No.
You can only sign up on the list twice and then you're donezo.
Yeah.
So
is it twice or 3 times?
I thought it was twice.
It might be twice. You can only sign up so many times.
Right. But I love my King of Tone. Like I said, I actually think if I dial up the treble and turn up the gain, I can get pretty much there.
Pretty close.
So I'm good with where I'm at. But
yeah, I'm certainly not upset. And if this is at the end of your chain and you've got a boost going into it beforehand, you're going to add that compression. You're going to add that extra overdrive and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, if you've got this towards the end of the chain with a boost or some type of overdrive before it, light overdrive, you can get pretty close to the hot.
Right.
So yeah, you can't go wrong. They are fantastic pedals.
You want to play it?
No, I don't want to. I think you've done enough playing for both of us.
Okay.
I thought it sounded great. I was going to play it some, but yeah, I don't think there's a reason to. I think we've kind of done all the things we need to do. If you guys have more questions about this, put them down below. Maybe we can answer them. Maybe it leads to another video.
I was about to say, something that we probably should have thought about before we started is there's also the Duke of Tone, Prince of Tone. Chase Bliss makes one.
Yeah, we're not trying to compare that to this, though. That's another video.
Yeah, but, I think a lot of people are asking that, too.
And then we also get into the blues breaker thing. Like, how far is it from a blues breaker? And, an original blues breaker. And I got a Snouse black box up here. That's supposed to be a really popular blues breaker, too, style pedal. This is a little different than a standard blues breaker.
Right.
This has got a little more mids to some of it. It's got different things, but to really tell you exactly what it sounds like compared to it, we need to stick them right side by side.
Yeah, this is more for the person who's looking at the options and saying, what do I want? So
yeah, there's 4 jack options if you're going to run a switcher. There's all kinds of things out there, but we want to hit on hot or not.
Yeah, if you're hot, you're hot, and if you're not, you're not.
All right, write your stuff down below. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.